Welcome to the 2023 to 2024 weather outlook. This is what every El Nino since 1951 has looked like precipitation and temperature-wise. The precipitation is above average in the southwest and southeast, while it is below average in the Midwest and Northeast. For the temperatures, the Northeast is well below average alongside the Midwest, the southern United States, and Southwest, while the Pacific Northwest is neutral to above average. But we need to have less years to get a more accurate look. Here is what our El Nino looks like right now. It is closer to a moderate to strong El Nino, so I will take away the weaker years. Here is what the precipitation and temperature look like now with moderate and strong El Ninos. We can see a lot has changed. First, both coasts are getting more precipitation, with the interior U.S. is normal, with the Ohio Valley being drier. For the temperatures, the Northeast is still below average alongside most of the country except for the Midwest and Maine. But this is still too many, so I have picked 5 years that best match our El Nino, 3 being strong and 2 being moderate. Here are the 3 strong El Ninos above our own. I have made 2 zones to see if they match. First up, 1982. The first zone does not match up, same with the second. This means this one is not suitable. Next up is 1997. The first zone is too hot, but the second zone matches up with our own, but still it doesn't match up enough to use. Lastly is 2015. The first zone checks out, alongside with the second zone. Because of that, I will be using 2015. Next, we will look at the moderate El Ninos. As you can tell, there are more zones to check. Starting in 2009. The Siberian zone is not like our own, likewise the tropical Pacific zone is unlike our own, but in our Alaskan zone it matches up. Same with our West Coast zone and Arctic zone. Because of this, I will be using 2009 unless 2002 checks out more zones. Looking at 2002, we can see that the tropical Pacific matches up, but the Siberian zone doesn't match, same with the Alaskan zone, but the West Coast zone and Arctic zone match. Since 2009 and 2002 both check the same amount of zones, I will be using both. Now that we have a good amount of years, our data can be accurate. Looking at our new data, we can see that the East and Northwest coast are wetter, with parts of Michigan and the Midwest drier. For the temperatures, the East Coast and Southeast are colder, with most of the northern and western U.S. warmer. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. The official winter forecast. In the Northwest it is warm and dry, with a second zone being hot and dry. In the Southwest it is wet and warm. From the mountain area of the Midwest to Kentucky you should expect an average winter. The upper Midwest should expect a dry and warmer winter, while the Midwestern area will be cold but drier. In the Northeast you should expect more snow than last year, with the East Coast being the worst of winter. Stretching from northern Texas to coastal Massachusetts is the winter battle zone. And the Southeast should expect a cool and wet winter. If you like my content, subscribe and leave a like.